Oh, hello there. How do you do? Yeah, I know, right? It's been a minute, man. I'm in the middle of a comp game right now, but it should wrap up in like 5 minutes. My team is selling, but it's to be expected early season anyways, you know? What are the rest of the troops saying? Damn. We have a 1 and 8 DPS. It's actually brutal.
Bro, every time it restarts, bro. Big bullshit. Thank you for.
Oh god, he's 1 and 9 now.
Maybe I was selling.
Terrible.
Maybe I was selling.
Oh, are you in a game?
No. I'm in a like a arcade mode.
Oh, what, sorry?
18v18.
That shit don't count.
Yeah. No. I mean, like I was muted my stream, so I was actually selling the stream. I wasn't selling the game yet because I hadn't even joined.
Oh, the game yet? He says.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not locked in at all.
Damn. The team is hats.
I
mean, like I said, to be expected early season, but I'm probably after I lured Invisible, I'm gonna try to learn White Fox or Moon Knight or something.
Bro, chill on me, bro. Holy.
Star-Lord, maybe? Yeah, I think maybe Star-Lord. Star-Lord, is he broken now?
It's seeming like it a little bit, yeah. We need Agile back,
Star-Lord
bro.
it is. This guy's too busy locking her in his life and shit. Kind of lame.
Bro, chill.
1 in 10, dude. This is actually like kind of.
Those your teammates or their team?
Want my teammate? My DPS is 1 in 10.
That's unfortunate, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm locking in in this game soon, bro. As long as I'm not last on my team, we're good.
They're a little bit too ahead. Hopefully these guys don't die.
Oh, bro. How many ults is that? Holy fuck. What just happened?
Holy.
Holy. People just keep leaving my team, bro. How is that fair? We're getting rinsed. Bro, why did this guy swallow? Yo, Jeff, bro. What the? Oh,
dude, I gotta love the Invisible Woman.
Fuck,
the Invisible Woman ult is so clutch sometimes.
Excuse me. That's not cool.
Come on, here we got her. Damn, look at us. Yo, I'm actually fucking carrying these shit asses.
Are you winning?
I mean, like, we'd be losing really hard if it wasn't for me. I'm not winning, bro.
What rank are you? What's your placement?
Platinum 2.
Okay, yeah, that's probably why, bro.
Yeah, it makes sense. I have some fucking shit asses. Like, each time we got objective, it was like all of us were about to die, and then I ulted on it.
Bro.
They need to get me. Oh, our 1 in 10 is now 7 and 12. That makes a difference. I'm not even trying to be a cunt, but like, I think we would have lost in the first round if I wasn't carrying these shit asses.
Yeah, I'm definitely losing this game, I'm not gonna lie. Might last another 40 seconds at most, bro.
For me, it could be 30 seconds. I don't see us getting out of this.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, it's not looking good, man. Genuinely not looking good.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Yeah, this game's over.
We're almost done.
That was tough.
Yo, we're almost done at the same time. Like, it's about to wrap up. And yeah, it's done. Yeah, our DPS really sold here. Yo, okay, so what do you think about like this low-key buff and nerf? Do you think it's overall a nerf or a buff?
I mean, it just affects the clones, right? I think.
I haven't really read into it too much, to be honest.
But I mean, like overall, I feel like it just makes you do like a little bit less damage, a little bit more healing. I feel like that's fine.
It's okay. I mean, I feel like he overall does. He could do more healing. Like he does plenty of damage already, so I'm okay with that. Are you done?
Yeah, I invited you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get it. Let me. Oh, Rafiki is also online. Oh, why is he not in the fucking chat?
Rafiki.
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 Thick Rick. Yo, this guy's so fucking gay, man.
Who is it, bro?
Gay porn star and then like Thick Rick.
Thick Rick, then gay porn star.
Yeah, I know, right?
In that order. Oh.
Hello.
Look who it is.
Look go.
Yo, shut the fuck up. I don't know what to go.
Should we start
Maybe
with
the
blood
number.
hunts?
You start with what?
That was just normal.
What do you say, Surfo?
Quick match. It's not blood hunt.
Oh, Blood Hunt, bro. We're not even the same level in Blood Hunt, are we?
Blood.
Yeah, nah, that's not happening, bro.
If we be the same level.
I mean, you don't have to be the same level, but you guys don't have a level.
Yeah, let's just do normal.
Uh.
I mean, yeah, Surfel, I don't know about the goat, but definitely the knuckle-headed ninja. That's for sure. Hyperactive. For sure.
I don't think that's true.
I think that might be.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you've been less unpredictable lately in Rivals, but like usually that is you, you know.
Damn, you got
I
me.
don't think so.
Open your eyes.
Munir, what do you think? You're the gynosologist.
Gynosologist?
Yeah, gynosologist. Sorry, yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Guy Ritchieologist?
Yeah, Richard Parker? Yo, all red team, all red team. Yeah, all red team. Switch to a red character, bro. Oh.
Yeah, I'll switch to Loki, but because for the Mantis, but
alright,
man.
bro.
He's green.
Okay, red and green, bro. Christmas team.
Yeah, if you said something, I could have switched to the Phoenix Loki skin.
So good, I'm fucking blue.
30 seconds before you attack.
Holy, I'm lagging.
Yo, Surfel, you can ride him and you're in the game now.
I'm not the dinosaur, bro.
What?
Can I help?
Punisher can ride the dinosaur.
I know.
I'll take a cosmic clash over fighting vampires.
I'm ready to this.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, guys.
All you need to do
Let's
is
get this
capture
shit.
the
Let's get this
missionary.
shit.
How far are you from Lord Strange? You're
Uh,
level 19?
maybe. Almost, if not. Oh, they got the dinosaur with the Punisher on it.
He's riding him in the battle.
Holy fuck, dude.
Looks like the missionary
I'm surprised we lived through that.
capture now. The missionary is yours.
Oh, we're fucking touching them.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm not dead. I'm dead.
I'm trying our best. Yeah.
And that was our first death.
Okay, thanks, there.
Mortal pain is no match
They might
for
cook us now.
sorcerer supreme.
To be honest, we should back up.
Just go to point, go back up, bro.
The Vishanti guide us to retreat.
Pack it up. Okay, Scroll dead.
Yeah, let's just wait for these guys to repel.
The dinosaur is fucking scary, bro.
You will rid us of you night. Good medicine.
Oh, they're
I
underneath.
think our lads are here, yeah.
Yo, I need that. Oh shit.
Yeah, okay, that's good, that's good, that's good, that's nice. I'll ult
Get
after
the
this if we
Punisher,
need
he's
it.
got a turret up there. Okay. Oh, that's not good. No, not that, dude. Dinosaur gap? Yo, what, bitch?
Oh,
Damn.
no, don't let me die.
I'm gonna die.
Oh, I lag it.
Oh, I didn't die. Holy fuck, I'm struggling.
Yeah, for now.
Fighting to.
Hey, bro.
Whoa, they got the Super Lord Rocket Raccoon, bro. Did they need to do all that?
I have unfinished
Yeah, that wasn't
business
necessary.
here.
in my
Actually,
opinion.
it might have been because the way they were losing.
You all portaling or?
Oh, bro.
No. What do you need a portal
Seven?
for, bro?
By the eye of Agamotto. Judge, jury, executioner.
Oh hell no!
That's good.
Hit his ass. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
Get in my line of sight when you're if you can.
I'm trying, bro. I'm getting shot at from multiple angles, though.
Yeah.
All right, see now I'm a portal.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
You can touch the point.
Doctor is in.
I was on it for a little bit.
I'm opening a portal.
Grab touch the point. Oh shit!
I was
Damn.
on
the
it.
Yeah.
oh, the dinosaur was there, but he didn't count. So. Christy Ninja.
This.
When science
There's
What's
you
a
know.
W portal?
magic was there.
You're definitely not portal boy, but you're
30
like portal
seconds
man in
before you
training.
attack. Get ready.
Something like that.
I hear your concerns, my reptilian friend, and I assure you, we will not let our foes claim victory this day. What? You
Yeah, I
thought
think
your
White
recent
Fox
partner was the only
and
one fluid?
The battle
Moon
starts
Knight
in
will be my
5,
next chance to learn. I'll try to do both of them, depending on the game.
1. All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it? I beat Dr. Doom once, and I'll do it again if it gets in my face.
Just don't overextend.
I am strengthened for battle.
They get this freaking Punisher out the turret, bro.
What the fuck?
Oh hell no!
Get in that if you can.
Power beyond
Oh
sight.
brother.
I was really trying to heal you guys. It wasn't enough.
Damn.
Yo.
Did
Alright,
Mantis, did Mantis ult and die? Like what happened, bro? I don't even know what happened there.
Alright.
I'm not worried, bro.
I'm
Let's
taking
see.
matters into my own hands.
Yeah, I see that.
I am strengthened.
Dino down, Dino down.
Punisher's bleed.
Emma dead. Alright. Alright, guys, don't worry. See?
Yeah, man, who knows?
Don't worry about it. Nobody's worried. I need to do more healing now, so nobody's worried.
Yeah, we got a lot more healing.
Oh.
They're back.
Much to bring crashing down around here.
My fault.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was your fault.
Yeah, they're on the left side. Oh shit.
Suspicious.
Yeah, Moon Knight's. Ooh, we have a Moon Knight.
Yeah, Moon Knight destroys Loki, bro. Loki just feeds Moon Knight.
Yeah, they also have a big ass dinosaur to aim at, bro. Oh.
We got a few things to worry about.
By the eye of Agamotto.
Oh, they didn't hit anybody? That's crazy.
Yeah, Moon Knight is solely focused.
Look at this fucking turret. Oh my god, bro.
Mission area. Keep going.
Damn.
That's a tough one.
Bro, this guy in his fucking turret.
Yo, Portal.
Okay.
The mystic arts won't fail
Think
me
so?
again.
Yeah, bro. You don't gotta save your portal. Like, there's no point in saving a portal. Like,
No, I think we definitely could have used it last time.
I was about to at the end, bro.
save this portal early, bro. Oh my god, I'm stuck.
What?
What the fuck?
What?
Yo,
How am I
nice.
stuck? I'm stuck.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bro, what the fuck?
What happened, bro?
Oh,
I
that's a
get through
tough
the-
one.
Oh, that's
The frost is weak.
tough.
Unfinished business
Yeah,
here.
it's one of those.
Mhm.
Bro.
It's one of those. We'll call it DPS gap.
They've almost got it.
Ah, that's my fault.
Is it? I don't know. Our squirrel girl is like fucking
That was
switching
a
to,
real-
switching to
that was a
invis right
real,
now,
like,
bro.
That was a real one. Like
I think when you
I
switch
just
to
should've
support last
pulled
second,
through.
I think you know you fucked up, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, brother.
Now the
Oh, we have
rockets
an
are
invis,
the
you say?
rockets reviving them crazy. Give me a second. Don't cue the next one.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, I mean he pulled out his main at the end, so yeah, maybe it was him.
Bro, this guy was 9 and 6 as squirrel girl.
Well, you can't.
Oh shit, my Instagram may have been hacked. What?
Huh?
I just got like a notification that someone from Indonesia tried to log into my Instagram. You hate to see it happen.
Well, it definitely wasn't in the last hour, right? Because I see this last thing you sent to me, bro.
Yeah.
That's
No, I'm still able to log in, but it's just an attempt because I do have
Oh.
two like multi-factor. I have
They're
multi-factor.
trying to get you, bro. They're trying to get you, bro.
Yeah. But I should change because I do largely use the same password for a lot of things, so could change it. Do a different variation.
Redeem?
While Surfel's doing that, I might revive my Steam account.
Yeah, you go do that, bro. You go work on that.
Alright, I'm back.
Oh, that was
Justin.
fast.
No, yeah, let's start the next one.
Huh?
Hold on.
Yo, wait,
I'm
oh wait,
looking
don't
at
start, don't start. I got something to show you guys for the next game.
What does that mean?
Alright.
I mean, I think it's very obvious what it is, but I got a little something.
You're gonna pull your cock out? You're gonna pull your cock
I mean,
out?
that's nothing you guys haven't seen before. Yo, chill. I don't know if it loaded in.
Loki skin.
Let's see if it's loaded in.
Pick your
You
hero.
press start too soon.
I'm not judging.
Ah,
Ah, Lord
Yeah, but you didn't
Invis.
get it again.
Yeah, I was too busy looking at fucking Circle. I mean, Justin's thing.
Open your
You
eyes.
see
Let's
that?
ignore. Yeah, I see it, bro.
All right, time to park her. Next.
All right,
I'm
this
close to Ultron. I have to. I'm level 18, man. I have to. I'm level 18 on Iron Man as well.
Ultron's good, bro. Ultron's got like the highest win percentage.
See other magical adepts.
Is he actually?
Yeah, and Rocket.
Like you mean like just in general? You mean?
I mean, like across most ranks, yeah. Across like the higher
Damn,
ranks.
okay.
At least.
We have 5 viewers right now. End the stream.
And the stream?
Yeah, 5 viewers, bro.
Damn, bro, it's like that.
You know, I had a 70%
Oh,
win
how
rate
else you gonna
on
get average?
Invis last season. Kind of nuts.
Damn. I don't want to entertain my viewers for a bit.
Okay, if you buy boss, does it count?
I guess it probably does.
Do is capture the mission area.
Can't be
Got
saying that out loud, bro. Can't be saying that out loud, bro.
What? Oh.
I think I
Do
might
not
be
be
lowered
saying
on
that
half
out
the
loud.
supports after Ultron.
Holy fuck, dude. Oh, yo, our dinosaur lost the fight. Our dinosaur lost the fight.
He is not him.
I think they have 3 tanks.
3 tanks. What are you talking about?
Yo, Phoenix. Yo, Phoenix is gonna go.
Oh, there's Phoenix over there?
Yeah.
Alright, let's reprioritize the mission then.
All right, Phoenix and Luna. I might switch off Ultron because that is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Anti-flying. Might go Star Fox after.
Also,
Alright,
Bucky. Why do
dude,
you have a
I'm so bad
super
at
lord? What
this.
is it with these super lords off like the beginning of the game, bro?
That's kind of sad.
Who's doing all this, bro?
Sorcerer Supreme
Yeah.
lives
Who's alive deep in enemy territory right now?
Me.
Who do you think it is?
I mean, I had to, bro. Like everyone was just in the like one line, not doing anything. I tried to flank.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Tell me, I did something wrong.
I'm dead. No, it's good. I think Bucky missed his ult because I died before he hit me.
All right, I'm gonna switch off because this is not. I'm gonna go Star Fox. Oh, White Fox.
Star Fox.
Well, you say she's still an S tier. She's still an S tier.
I mean, she's still pretty good, yeah, and it's pretty easy to use.
Bro, how am I still getting hit?
Bro, they got aim, bro.
Actually, these guys aren't cheaters.
Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck, dude. I'm dead.
Yeah, I definitely gotta read how to use her.
You gotta put them in there. You're gonna have to.
Yeah. I'm on it. Just keep them occupied over there.
once more. I'm opening a portal.
They're coming, bro.
I see that.
Pentagram of
They're coming, bro. They're coming, bro.
I'm on point. Okay, Penny.
Oh my gosh, I
Okay.
landed right on the nest.
Oh.
So crazy.
We might be top. Oh, wow.
I'm trying to break the nest right now, dude. The nest is gone, but I died. Oh, I didn't even get my ult off. Yeah, that was a bad game.
That was quick too.
We got 1 kill. Damn. Are we ass?
So she ulted, bro.
Yeah, but are we ass?
Might be.
I might sleep, bro. I think
No.
magic is not to be owned, but to be felt,
No.
experienced.
All the quick match warriors are out on the first day, bro.
Yeah, right.
They're stronger than us though.
Get ready.
You! I swore that I'd strike you down if I ever saw you again.
Really? Even after
Talk about ungrateful.
All right.
A kidnapping
All right.
and rescue are not the same.
4 times is crazy, guys.
The battle starts in 5,
What's crazy?
4, 3.
Dying 4 times.
Dying 4 times? Oh yeah.
All you need to do is capture the mission area.
You're not wrong. You're not
When
wrong.
we're against Mix Squeeze Me. I mean, can you blame us?
We're against a Penny Parker whose nest is not being broken by the people who can break the nest. Now we're on triple support. I think we got it, bro.
I might switch after this. Yeah, I don't really know how to use this champ either.
Okay. Well,
Yo, oh yeah, I'm getting fucking touched.
nice. Nice, nice. Hold it down, hold it down. Who's left? White Fox. Dead?
Okay, that's cool. She can teleport like that.
Yeah, when you teleport to them, it heals them.
Oh.
You know?
Why'd you destroy this shit, bro? What the fuck?
Holy
Oh,
shit.
fuck. What the fuck?
Oh my bad. I was just pressing buttons to be honest.
Oh,
Damn,
fuck.
she doesn't have that good of an evade though, unless I can teleport.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can switch to your other form and dash a couple times.
Oh shit, she another form.
When you go to the when you press like the melee form button.
Melee. Okay, interesting. She's got some stuff. She can dash and shit. Okay.
And you heal like in
Our left.
a field around you.
More than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Okay, I got a coffee there. Alright, I'm gonna try something else.
You got it, boss.
No. No, how the fuck? I'm not
Bro,
doing
how?
shit, man.
Oh my god, this highlight got the fucking kill. Thank you.
Oh, you can be dinosaur man here.
The doctor is in.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Dinosaur gameplay.
You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Damn.
I'm like, where's my team up? And I'm like, oh yeah, I told you you can be dinosaur.
Damn, I gotta learn where the fucking health packs in this map are.
Holy fuck. Yo, where the fuck is my team? Oh shit. No, he ulted, bro.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Invis and sorry, not Invis.
Come on, that's 2 bodies.
Luna and
Heal me, heal me. Oh,
Phoenix.
fuck.
They want me, bro.
Where's everyone, bro? We killed 2 people. Why is no one pushing up with us?
Bro, I tried to push up and I fucking died.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
No, I'm
trying.
not saying you. I was right behind us.
No, I'm there now. I needed to get healed.
It's our support, bro. Where the fuck were they?
Yeah,
They're,
nah,
they're still dicking around back here, bro.
They're pussies.
Somebody break the nest.
Yeah, I'm definitely not doing great.
Okay. Well, I tried to break the nest. It didn't work.
Super Lord Luna's not.
Nest is broken. Nest is broken. I'm
Okay.
1 shot though, so someone fucking heal me, bro.
I have to respawn. Yo, these support's kind of ass. I can't lie. Like they're not healing at all.
Oh, I'm about to die again.
I mean, you have
Why
two
the
really
fuck?
shitty. You have 2 really shitty healing supports too, right?
I mean, if they tried to heal, they could be really good, you know?
Oh, then Nest is probably back up.
Oh, brother. I can't,
That was
bro.
that
Spin me
was,
out, spin me out,
something.
spin me out! Oh my god, Jeff. Are we fucking for real right now?
It's crazy. I shouldn't have switched off support.
Yeah, definitely not, bro. We actually might have had a chance.
I didn't think I was doing a good job. As
Okay, 3 bodies. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, please.
I'm opening a portal.
No, guys, please. Kill 3.
Trying.
A shortcut through space. More powerful yet. I have not seen so many spiders.
Bro, Deadpool, look at the fucking nest like 5 Okay. This guy actually looked at it and didn't even try to shoot once, bro.
What? Oh man.
Bro, I'm getting my ass
got
beat. I
white
can't even
fucks
fucking
rolled.
reload. Oh my god.
Here we go.
Holy fuck, dude. Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah, we just needed a third healer, huh?
No, we just needed one healer.
Enemy in front of us.
Funny. Yeah, seriously.
Bro.
Don't worry.
Okay, I'm going back to the
Sure, Phil,
dinosaur.
that ult really came.
If you want to go Punisher, we can go
well.
Dinosaur Punisher.
I'm going to punish it. I'm going to punish it.
You do a start ride when you're. I don't want to watch.
A source will win your eye.
Okay.
Can I jump with you on me? Oh, I
Bro,
can.
I'm not about to be doing.
Okay.
Before you attack, get ready.
Plus, if I have my drone on Manir, you
Can
both
you
get
can you
healing.
shoot out of this? Shoot out of this?
The hunter who took me
Can you shoot out of the shield? Yo, pay attention,
Yeah, I
bro.
can. Obviously, I can shoot out of it.
Try aiming over here. Let's see if it makes a bullet mark.
Okay, well,
Alright.
you gotta wait for my cooldown.
Oh,
then,
yeah,
chill,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Chill, I'm not on the shield yet.
I'm certain it was you. I saw you
Even if the shield, I can
Okay,
shoot
go, go,
out.
go. Shoot out of it. Can you shoot out of it?
5, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't.
It's
I,
making bullet marks. It's
okay.
making bullet marks. Yeah.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Wonder how long it's gonna be till
Wish the Ultron drones just
Oh,
stayed.
ignore it, Minion. Don't go to the nest, eh? Deal with the nest. Oh, I'm off. It pushed me out. Oh fuck.
Bro, get
Oh
back
my
on,
gosh,
bro.
it keeps canceling. What the fuck? Oh my gosh. I'm about to die.
Gotta get in my. Ah.
Oh, fuck.
I just need a side of view.
Oh, damn.
Oh fuck.
Oh, damn.
Oh, we got 3 of us.
Bro, we got like 4 of us, bro.
Double KO. They captured the mission area.
What the fuck is happening in spawn, bro?
Alright, alright. I don't want to have to do this, but.
Not playing? Oh, she's. Oh, Thor.
No, we're getting dicked over here.
It's just Phoenix, bro. Holy fuck.
Yo, you both got cooked, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Can you put a drone on both of them? Oh, no, you're not Ultron anymore.
Double KO.
That was crazy, bro. They just melted me.
I don't think we should. The writing's not working, bro.
I think we need to establish some territory first with like a turret or a shotgun or some shit, you know? Zip line.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Holy fuck, dude. Oh, this guy tried to throw me? Yes, sir.
It's ours, yeah, okay.
We gotta deal
You
with
get
this
this
nest,
fucking
bro.
slot right here.
We gotta deal with this nest, bro.
We're cuffed, yeah.
Phoenix is annoying, bro.
There he is.
What the fuck happened? Oh, everybody died?
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
It's not looking hot.
Oh, bro. Alright. Oh, fuck. That's not what I meant to do.
That's okay.
I'm opening a portal.
We had a good round. Oh, a portal.
I'm doing this my way. Pentagram.
Force an ult. I force an ult.
So many spiders since.
Penny ulted, no
Oh my
nest.
gosh, they fucked me, bro. What the fuck?
Holy fuck, dude. Oh my god, bro. Nah, it's over, dude.
Oh,
It's over, dude.
GG's, bro. Fuck it.
Damn.
Oh, we're shit.
Yeah, we
Nah,
suck.
DPS gap.
Damn. Are we ass? I end stream there, bro?
Okay.
I might have to end the stream there, bro.